Hi guys, this is an installation video for CONAN Hyborian Age, and specifically how to get it working with SkyRe and the reprocker. Now, I was supposed to get this out a few days ago. Unfortunately, I've been a bit under the weather, so I do apologize for that, but I'm going to cover it now. Now, the installation of the mod itself is actually very easy. You just download with Manager on the main file, and if there is a patch, download with Manager on that as well. And once Nexus Mod Manager has downloaded them, just activate as you would normally do in the Nexus Mod Manager. And once that is done, just activate the patch. Install it normally, so select no and yes to mod. Now obviously, if there's no patch when you go to the file section, because it may change, you won't have to patch it obviously. Use your common sense there. So that's the mod installed, very easy indeed. What is the problem with SkyRe? Well, if I go along to the reprocker, if I go along to my data folder, skyproc patches and the reprocker, and I run this jar file and let it do its thing, it is supposed to be adjusting all of the mods to match the SkyRe values. And in this particular case, it should be increasing the damage of all the weapons, increasing the numbers on armor and so on to bring it into line with SkyRe itself. However, if I just reload this now, when you go along to the reprocker.esp file and check it, you find no mention of CONAN Hyborian Age, no mention of it whatsoever. This is obviously a problem. This means the weapons that you get from that mod will be substandard, the armor too. So the weapons will be doing less damage, the armor will absorb less damage, and in general, you just won't use them, which would be a shame because they're incredible weapons. So how do we fix it? Well, what's the problem? Well, the problem actually seems to be boss. It doesn't recognize certain files and it puts them after the reprocker. So what I actually need to do is get CONAN Hyborian Age above the reprocker. And I'm actually going to move this one here as well. So I want CONAN Hyborian Age above the reprocker.esp. However, if I then run the reprocker, it will reorder this because the reprocker runs boss by default. However, we can in fact disable that. Go along to the reprocker.jar file and right click it and select create shortcut. Then right click that and hit properties. And you'll see at the end here at this where it says blah 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 reprocker.jar space minus no boss. That's what all you need to add. Space minus no boss. So there's no space between the minus and the N. So that's all one word, so to speak. And then hit apply and OK. Now run that. Now what it's doing is running the reprocker, but this time it is not running boss. It's as simple as that. And when it's finished, I'll refresh my Nexus Mod Manager and we should see that CONAN has now been included. So let's refresh this. And now when I go to reprocker.esp, you'll find CONAN Hyborian Age has been included, as has Insanity's Red Eagle's Bane ESP, which I also moved above the reprocker. And it's as simple as that. And that seems to work just fine for me. All the weapons now do reasonable damage, the armor absorbs reasonable amounts, and so on. Obviously, when you run the reprocker, you're going to have to run it using this shortcut each time, otherwise you will lose the CONAN Hyborian Age, unfortunately. So what I would recommend you do is run boss initially, change your load order a little bit, and then run this instead of directly running the reprocker.jar. And that's it. It really is that easy. So anyway, I hope this helped.